Hi everybody, it's me, Miss Hannah. Some of you may know me from movement, and that's kind of what I did last time when I went live. But this time, I'm going to share something else with you. So one of my favorite craft activities that I love to do in the nest with my friends is work with yarn. So today, we are going to knit an entire scarf. It shouldn't take us too long. April Fools! We're not knitting a whole scarf. That would take way too long. But what I am going to show you is some other things that you can do with yarn. So the first thing I'm going to show you, let me move this so I can see. I started a project that I'm kind of the kind of person who I don't really draw things out. I kind of just go for it. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can still make some pretty cool art that way. So I was talking to my friend Tessa from the Nest, so shout out to Tessa. Now, I asked her, what should I do in my video? Because the only idea I had was, well, I'll have yarn. So she told me I should make a picture. So what I did was I took a canvas that I had in my house, and it already had, hi Gracie, so I had already had a painting on it, and I thought, well, I kind of want to reuse it. I don't love this other painting I made, so I painted it with some black tape, and I've started to make a kind of design. So what you'll need for this project, you don't need a canvas. You can do it with a piece of paper, you can do it with cardboard, maybe you're getting a lot of boxes come to your house now that you're at home. So what you can do is you just need a flat, clean surface, just like this. It can be blank, it can be something that you've already drawn on, it doesn't really matter. So you need a surface, you need some yarn, and some glue. I am using some craft glue. It's a little stickier and a little stronger than regular school glue, but school glue would work. If you have a hot glue gun at home, you can use that, just make sure you're being careful. Now what I did was I pre-cut some pieces of yarn, and you can see you put down some glue, and then you have to very, very carefully, tilt this so you can see, very carefully place the yarn in the place that you want it. So I'm going to start, I'm just going to be adding on to my existing little swirl pattern here, but I think what I'm going to do is have it almost look like a flower. So I'm going to put the glue on, do a cool little swirly design. Hi, Miss Maddie. I'm going to take this pretty purple. It's very shiny and I like it a lot. Now, if you don't have yarn at home, I'm sure that you could talk to one of our fabulous directors and we could leave some yarn for you at Shed, because I don't think anyone should be without materials. I just so happen to have a nice supply of yarn at my house. I don't know if you guys can hear the music playing, but I always like to do activities with some music playing in the background. So that's what I added on there. I hope you like it. I'll show you the finished product. It's going to take me a while because I want to fill this whole surface, so it'll take me a while. So I'll have to show you guys that picture later. And I'll put that aside. Hi, Luke. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to make a pom-pom. Does anyone want to pick my color? I only have a few choices. I have yellow, orange, purple, or blue. I'll wait for you to answer. I'll dance while you're choosing my color for me. All right, if nobody has any objections, I'm going to go with blue. Oh, sorry. You know what? I'll switch because my brother Luke. Oh, Katie, that's a good point. Blue, because this month, April, starting today, is Autism Awareness Month. And Isaac, my nephew, likes blue. Isaac, you know what? I'll make this and you can keep it. So, what you're going to need to make a pom-pom, yarn, as we've established. Also, a toilet paper roll, or really anything, but toilet paper roll works best because you're going to need to cut a space in it. And I'll show you how I do that. Now you could draw out exactly what it needs to look like, but you can just cut it. So you need scissors, toilet paper roll, yarn. Just those three things. So, do one cut there, and then you kind of fold it a little so that you can cut these parts off, and then you're left with this. So, I don't know if I've already said this, but the music that's playing is actually songs that my friends in the nest have chosen. I let everybody pick a song and we put it together on a playlist. So if you recognize, I don't know if you can hear it. I'll turn it up a little while I'm working. But I'll turn it down a little. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take this. You might want to hold it on place there. So, turn it so you can see what I'm doing. Hold it in place there. And then you're just going to wrap it around. Wrap it around and around and around. Now you want to leave a little bit of, I probably should have mentioned this, you want to leave a little bit of space right there. So you kind of wrap it towards the top, and you wrap and you wrap and you wrap and you wrap. There might be a number that you need to do it until, but you know, who wants to count when you're doing crafts? This is fun. We don't need to count. Oh yes, Shayna, I'm glad that you guys are dancing along. What's life without dance? So once you've got a lot wrapped up, you're gonna cut it. Make sure you leave a nice length because you're gonna slip it off, pinch it really tight, and then you can either loop it through or tie it around. If you want, you can have a parent, grandparent, older sibling help you with this part, but I have faith in you. And then you're going to tie a knot. Tie it down really tight. So it kind of looks like that. Not quite a pom-pom yet. This is where our scissors come back. Now make sure you don't cut the super long string. You're going to cut all these loops. Cut, 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 cut. Cut the loops, cut the loops. You kind of have to be careful that you don't cut where you tied. I chose a particularly difficult string to work with, and then once you've cut all the loops, you can kind of smush it. Hi, Greta. You can kind of smush it. And now you've got yourself a nice little pom-pom. Oh, can't have that. Now, if you don't want your pom-pom to be uneven, you might want to cut around and make it nice and neat. But there you have it. A nice, if you don't drop it, nice little pom-pom. You can add it to a keychain. You can hang it in your window. It makes a nice cat toy. And I know that my cat Mavis loves to play with my yarn, which is why I have to use a yarn bowl whenever I knit. Hi, Aiden. Because otherwise, my cat will chew on that yarn. And that's only two of the things you can do with yarn. You can do, gosh, you can do so many things with yarn. Pom-poms, you can put googly eyes on the pom-pom and make a little monster. You could take these pom-poms, a bunch of them all together, make a rug. And you can also, of course, knit. If people are interested in knitting, that is something else we could do, some basic knitting. And I would love to see what other kinds of things you guys come up with when it comes to your working with yarn and string. I mean, the possibilities are really endless. I mean, even just on my table, I have so many crafts that I've made myself with yarn. So feel free to let us know what you've been working with. And again, if you would like access to some yarn, you can talk to me, any of the teachers, any of the directors, and we can find a way to get it to you, because no one should be without yarn. And make sure you guys tune in at 4 o'clock. I know Miss Karen is doing kitchen science, which is one of my favorite things. I love science experiments. And I hope that this was helpful for you. I'll see you guys soon, and I hope everyone is being safe and healthy. And oh, I totally forgot to thank Miss Emma for doing such a great job this morning. Silly. Okay. So, yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it for us today. I'll see you guys next time, and be well.